Hello and welcome. This video will show you how to set up SIGNL4 and send your first alert in under 5 minutes. The first thing you're going to do is go ahead and download and install the SIGNL4 mobile app as I've done here. This can be installed by going into the Google or Apple Play Store and searching for SIGNL4 or by scanning the QR code here on the SIGNL4 web portal homepage. Once the app is installed, you're going to want to log into the mobile app with the same username and password that you used to log into the web portal to make sure that you're logged in the same account in both places. So as we can see here, I have loaded up my SIGNL4 web portal and mobile app, and I'm logged in as the same user. So the first thing I want to do is to start receiving my SMS and voice call notifications is I have to verify my phone number. This can be done inside of the SIGNL4 web portal by clicking on the My Profile icon, selecting My Profile, and clicking on signaling. And then here you have an option for verified number for voice and text. If we click on this number and choose your country of origin, in my case, it is the United States, and then we input our phone number, and then we click on the text or call me option, and we will receive a 4-digit verification code that needs to be input inside of this verification box here. And there I received my code. So I go ahead and enter that code in and click on the verify button. And this will activate my voice and text channels, as well as we'll see the phone number down here inside of my contact addresses. Now that I have these channels active, I can start receiving alerts through my phone on the push, voice, and text channels by default. And I could turn the email channel on as well if I wanted to. Now that I've validated my number here, the next thing we want to do is create an alert and see the notification process in action. So by default, SIGNL4 actually gives you an email and webhook integration already installed and ready to go. And if I go to my integrations in the installed tab, we will actually see those two integrations here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on my email, and there I will have my email address. And if I go ahead and copy that email address, I can actually send an email here to get an event started. And as we see here, I've actually already have an email created. That's a pretty simple Outlook is down with a couple pieces of information in it. So I go ahead and send this email in. I'm going to go ahead and click on signals here in the web portal so we can see the new signal come in. And here on the mobile app, we see our push notification, and then there's our phone call, and then there's the SMS, all three coming in at the same time, and then the phone displaying them as it can. And then we also see that the new alert here in the web portal, as well as in the mobile app, we see we have a new alert under this signals in the last 24-hour action box. So if I go ahead and click on the 2 for my new alerts, then we have the new alert that we just sent in. Now I can go ahead and acknowledge this in the web portal by clicking on the acknowledge button or the acknowledge all button, or in the mobile app by clicking on this circle, or by opening up the details of the alert and again clicking on that circle or clicking on the act button here under actions. One of the other items we have here inside of the alert is we actually keep all the details. So all of the information that was sent to us is shown here inside of SIGNL4 for the alert itself. And at the very bottom, we actually keep the life cycle of the return, which is going to show that it was created, what team it was sent to, which is the default team of my team. And then we actually see my user up here has received the alert. And if I go ahead and click on the circle to acknowledge this alert, we will actually see this acknowledgement show up down here in the history, and we actually see the acknowledgement show up in the web portal as well. And if I scroll down in the web portal, we'll see the details of the alerting itself as well. So we see that my user received it and acknowledged it. This talking back and forth between the mobile app and the web portal actually works both ways. So as we saw, I acknowledged the mobile app and the acknowledgement shows up in the web portal. But if I go ahead and close in the web portal, we actually see that closure show up in the mobile app as well. And we can see that down here into the history, or if I scroll up a little bit to the actual acknowledged and closed boxes, we see the closed box with the time that the alert was open there and my user icon. And if I scroll all the way up, we actually see how it grayed out at the very top, letting you know at a quick glance that this alert is closed without having to go further in. And that actually shows up on the summary screen too, as your closed alerts show up gray, but open alerts show up with a color to them. You are now free to start exploring the additional options and powerful features in SIGNL4 like duty scheduling, escalations, category workflows, and other integrations. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.